Hello, Internet. So this is a beautiful morning here in St. Louis, Missouri, and as you can see, it's actually not morning. You don't know who I am, and that is okay because today we need to discuss what just happened in the boys. What the flying shit just happened. I've been watching the boys for I was a little bit late on the train. I finished the whole of season one. I loved it, and I was waiting for season two. I was excited. You know, Amazon has a thing where it comes out week after week, which is interesting, but my God, it wasn't worth the wait. So from the last episode, obviously there's gonna be spoilers on this. Just if you were gonna watch this, there's gonna be spoilers. The last episode, it ends with just heads popping off left and right. And there's something that a lot of shows do when they put their characters in an impossible situation, right? It's always, you know that it's gonna end with the protagonist getting their way or some shit like that. But it's always stupid when they make that resolution, right? And you're like, what are they gonna do from the end of season one? The end of episode 7, and then episode 8 starts, and these guys' plan is just to kill them. And it's like, okay, they have their ideas, and that's interesting, right? But it's just to kill them, and you're like, you know, Huey's bringing sense. First of all, he was a bitch, but I'll get back to that. Huey's bringing sense into that you can't just kill them. It's like, oh man, what would they do? And things just click, right? Stormfront is brought up to be just this. Everyone should hate her. I mean, obviously Nazis are bad. She's racist. It's just so clear. But she's getting her way with everything. And it's like she has the ultimate weapon with her. She has Homelander. And Homelander is such a child. It is such a terrifying thing to have a villain that is mentally incapable of doing normal, he's not smart, right? I mean, he is smart, but not smart. He can easily be manipulated because he's a child at heart, and they make sense of everything like that. But someone who is just extremely racist and just someone you should hate, having that in her control. And I know some people might think Homelander is racist. I don't think he's racist or anything. I think he's that sense that what we think is patriotic nowadays, which is like a staple on today's culture. But you know what? I'm not even getting into that. But you have someone like that is just easily swayed. And that's her boy. And she has him in her little fingers. And you're like, how are they going to stop them? And then everything just begins to click. You know, A-Train finds out. A-Train decides to betray and give them. I'm like, okay, that's nice. They have their way out. Becca comes, which is crazy that she could get to Butcher real quick, but gets to Butcher and she's asking for help. And Butcher, how is he able to have a talk with Edgar? First of all, they thought Edgar was the one popping heads, and I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. That makes sense why he's not scared or anything, but turns out he's just a boss bitch. But Edgar is just he's not okay with the racism, but business is business. And there's something he says. He's like, that's a white man privilege or something like that. And I was like, man, that's interesting. But shoot, he makes his deal with Edgar. And you're like, dang, bro, Butcher, you're really calling this man evil, but damn, you're wild, bro. You're wild. I'm like, damn, you haven't learned anything. And then you can tell when Becca is talking to him and stuff. You're like, what is he gonna do? I was really wondering because Butcher is our protagonist. F Huey, bro. Huey has not done shit this whole season. If you're an anime watcher, you expected, I don't know. I haven't read the comics. They're just prelude that. But if you're an anime watcher, you probably expect, having a bitch character like that, eventually they're going to do some crazy shit. And you can say, oh, him breaking into VOD to save Starlight was crazy. I wouldn't do that shit. But, I mean, does he really have much to live for? The guy is pathetic, so I can understand him doing that. I'm probably more of a bitch because I would do that shit for all, but he doesn't have the same oomph as the boys, right? And he knows that. But it's even the other two guys, I love them. Mother's Milk and Frenchie, I love them, but they're not protagonist material. They get led. They're followers. But yeah, Huey, I don't know. You can love him, hate him. I don't really care for him. I don't think he's our protagonist. Butcher does the right thing. And there's just so many aspects of everything. From season 7, taking a freaking child from a mom, that's crazy, right? And then Stormfront acting like this is her freaking child. Man, F you. She's talking about, oh, hey, they hate us for our skin. I'm like, And then she says, it's called white genocide. And even Homelander looks at her like, huh. I don't know if you caught that. Even Homelander looks at her like, huh. But like he goes on it because he's patriotic. But it was just like, man, what is this girl? She's just terrible. She's just scum. And Ryan, he's doing his thing, man. I can understand being a kid and stuff, but he's trying to learn. And Homelander, you can tell Homelander really loves him, and he's getting impatient. And then their plan to get him away is insane. They get him away. They get Becca and the boy together. He confesses, the Butcher confesses, and he says that they should run away. And you go back to Homelander going into that house, and bro, that dude, bro, when they said Butcher, and he goes, did you say Butcher? Bro, I would have freaking shit my pants. Bro, the look in his face, I would have told him everything he wanted to know, and I would have still died. I would have snitched. I would have 6ix9ine the shit out of there, but bro, I would have freaking lost it. But anyway, he tells them, and then you see Stormfront is up on there. I'm surprised they were all okay. Let's not, maybe they did pull some Deus Ex things right there. Everybody was okay from the car crash. But Stormfront comes in, and God, there is just, how is she taking them 2-on-1, bro? Kimiko, after talking all her high shit, she's getting beat. Her and Starlight, who has such a weak power, I won't even lie, but they're getting their ass whooped. And then Maeve, out of nowhere, she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help. And they jump the shit out of Stormfront. And Stormfront flies away, and they act like nothing ever happened. I'm like, bro, you were supposed to keep her. You were supposed to beat the shit out of her so she doesn't freaking bother them. They let her. She goes, and they're just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we're all good. How's everybody? But not Maeve. And so you go there, and they're having this, like, Ryan just saved his mom, which when that scene came up, just from being an anime watcher, I knew his mom was gonna die, because Ryan has to become something in the future, face off against his dad. I knew his mom was gonna die. I was shocked. Well, I was impressed. I'm happy that Butcher did the right thing and actually took him and kept his promise. But I was just like, man, Homelander is just gonna wreck shit. What are they gonna do? And Maeve coming in and bringing out the proof, and her getting Starlight back in there, and A-Train is now back because of what he did, and the Deep, man, F the Deep, bro. This is freaking, who even needs you, bro? But he was kind of useless this season. Like, there was really no need. I mean, I get it. They wanted to show like how wacky he is, which sucks to play that role, but hey, it's money. But yeah, it was nice how they tied everything together. You get your shot at the end of freaking Homelander being F the world. Which is just interesting. And then, I don't know if it happened before or after, but you have your wannabe Kamala Harris freaking showing she was the one popping heads. And when I watched like episode 7, I was like, why is she alive? She should be the first one whose head got popped. And now it freaking makes sense. Bro, but what is her stance? And obviously, bitch boy Huey is gonna want to work for her at the end. Of course he's gonna work with the enemy. I'm like, man, like, whose side is she on? What does she want? But altogether, great season. I am really excited to see what happens. We have our little wannabe 11 walking around somewhere. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen in this next season, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it. And if I was to give this a rating, because obviously you gotta end one of these videos, sorry, this is just an impromptu rant, but you have to end one of these videos with a rating. And I love The Boys season 1. I'm gonna rate everything together. Season 2, well, altogether I would give it a 9 out of 10. I know I watched one episode recently with a friend and it was rated 2 out of 5. I'm like, what? Hey man, you reached the end of the video, might as well subscribe. Leave a like, share the video. Leaving a like doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't take anything out of your day. It's just a button down below. And it really helps out the channel, so thank you. The alternative is I could swear on the perfect shine on Dr. Phil's golden head that I will stick my nose so far back your eyeball that I will be smelling the shit out of your sight for years to come. And if you do want that, then, you know, you can still like and subscribe and just ask me for that and I could do it. But yeah, thanks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe. Bye.